Alright, so we've already looked at how to find the area of certain shapes, but sometimes we're going to have what we call composite figures. And this is where we have more than one or more shape put together to make one big, new, funky looking shape. So here I have this shape, and the cool thing with composite figures is it's really up to you how you want to separate this and how you want to figure this out. You could separate into 2 shapes, 3 shapes, 4 shapes, depending on what you're looking at. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it into 3 different shapes. I'm going to have a triangle, a rectangle, and a semicircle right here, which is half a circle. So what I want to do now to find the area of this total shape is I'm going to find the area of each of these individual shapes and then just add them together. So I'm going to separate them all out, so I have my 3 shapes listed down here, and I'm going to go ahead and write my formula. Triangle is 1/2 base times height, rectangle is the base times height, and a semicircle is going to be my pi times radius squared, just like I would normally do for a circle, but I want to divide that by 2 because it's only half of that circle. Now before I can get started, let me make sure I have some measurements here. Well, I know since this whole long side is 4, I also know that this side is 4. Since this side up here up top is 2, I know that this side is going to be 2. So the last thing I have to figure out is what is the length of this side, and it is 8. Because if you look down here, this whole long side together needs to be 10. So I know that I have 2 and I have 8 right there. So now I have all my pieces. Now I can find the area of my shapes. So let's go down here and I'm going to start with my triangle. I need 1/2 of my base, which is 8, times 4, which is my height. If I do that's 1/2 of 8 times 4 is 32, and half of 32 is 16. So there's my triangle area. For my rectangle, my base is 2 and my height is 4. That gives me an area of 8 altogether. Nice and simple. Now let's go over to our semicircle. Remember here, this 4 is the diameter, so I need the radius for my formula. Radius is half the diameter, so my radius is 2. So let's set this up. Pi, I'm going to use 3.14, and then I need my radius 2 squared. So 2 squared is going to be 2 times 2, which is 4. Now I have 3.14 times 4. Well, I know 3 times 4 is 12, and 14 times 4 is 56. So here is my area of the semicircle. Now, I have all my individual areas, so my last step is to add them all together. So I'm going to come down below and I'm going to add all of these areas. I'm going to have 16 plus 8 plus 12, 56. 16 and 8 is going to give me 24. Plus 12 and 56. So I know 24 and 12 is going to be 36, and then that 56 is just going to hang out at the end. And last of all, since it's area, I have meters squared. And there is my composite area. So again, it's all about separating the shape into individual shapes, finding the areas of those individual shapes, and then adding them all together.